With just days to go until The Devil Wears Prada 2 arrives in theaters, the film is coming under fire for a scene that some social media users are calling racist. It's been 20 years since the first film was released, and now Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt and Stanley Tucci are reuniting for one of the most anticipated movies of the year. Up until now, coverage of The Devil Wears Prada 2 has been overwhelmingly positive, especially after the trailers from late 2025 and early 2026 broke viewership records. However, one aspect of the upcoming movie is facing scrutiny. 20th Century Studios recently posted a clip from The Devil Wears Prada 2 on X that reveals Annie Sachs' new assistant, Jin Chao. At one point, the character says, "I did go to Yale, 3.86 GPA, lead soprano, and my ACT score was 36 on the very first time." The clip begins with Andy getting off the elevator and running into Jean, who introduces herself as Andy's new assistant. She explains that she was an intern that morning, but, when a desk opens up, the interns get a chance to interview. It turns out nobody wanted to work in Andy's department, because it's not actual fashion, so Jean secured the position by default. When Jean gets the impression that Andy's not happy with what she just heard, she rattles off her educational credentials and says that Andy can interview someone else. The clip ends with Andy trying to reassure her new assistant and claiming she's happy to have her there. Several social media users replied to the post on X to allege that the portrayal of Jin Chao relies on racist Asian stereotypes. Funkster on X wondered why Jin Chao was chosen for the character's name, adding that it sounds real suspicious, or if she's just auditioning for the next racist soundboard. Martian also replied, saying that it's 2026 already and they can't even come up with a normal Chinese name. Elsewhere in the replies, Nebula S said that Chinese people nowadays do not look like that, and explained that this particular look was only popular among women before 1970s. Like many others, this social media user also criticized the character's name choice and called it racist. It's not just Jin Chao's name that has come under fire. Moonbaby on X can't believe that movie studios are still playing into the old Asians are nerdy/boring stereotypes, from her educational background to her outfit, and thought it was bold that 20th Century Studios decided to promote The Devil Wears Prada with this particular clip. Speaking of the outfit, Karen said they went to Japan recently and didn't see a single young person dressed like this. The social media user didn't even see that look in New York City. In fact, pretty much all the young Asians around me are really stylish, they added. Honeycomb_8282 went so far as to claim that this clip from The Devil Wears Prada 2 was Asian hate because the way this Asian character is insecure about herself is so stereotyped. It's unclear if this controversy will impact global ticket sales for The Devil Wears Prada 2, especially since several media outlets in Asia are covering the story now. Domestically, though, the film is projected to gross anywhere from $80 million to $95 million on opening weekend, up from its previous $66 million estimate. By comparison, the first Devil Wears Prada film debuted with $27.5 million back in 2006. If that projection holds, the David Frankel-directed sequel will have one of the biggest North American theatrical debuts of the year. The Devil Wears Prada 2, which was written by Aline Brosh McKenna, will see Andy return to Runway magazine 20 years after she and Streep's Miranda Priestley parted ways. Amid their reunion, they will be forced to reckon with the current digital environment and how a magazine like Runway now fits into the media landscape. Blunt's Emily Charlton could be the saving grace that Andy and Miranda need to keep the enterprise alive.